side of this mountain of mine.
This is 100% true.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Hunter Bless. I'm gonna try to keep this pretty brief. Incidentally, as you guys might be aware, off-the-cuff speeches aren't really my strong suit. So if I say something a little against the grain, I apologize. I know Chief Corky's here, so if anyone has a reason to give me paperwork after this, want me to introduce myself?
Hey, A3B waives it.
If that doesn't work, if someone's giving me paperwork, I'd like to take the time to introduce myself. My name is... Hoop Dog Man, you have been an instructor, a friend, a mentor, and may I just say, you have been a massive source of stress for all of us that have been on TV. Anyone who's flown with Hoop knows, damn it, you will learn something whether you want to or not. You will see to it. And it will be not on your own free will. You gotta go back in your circles just like Sierra all over again. And you know what, Hoop? You made us all strive for perfection every time we flew with you. Sometimes at the expense of our own sanity. My personal record is 8 hours straight of GK with this man, followed by a PAR approach in the weather at night. So thank you for the years off my life with that one. Now that's not all that this man can do. He is not just a pilot, and arguably the best pilot in the 68th, I might add. The specimen that you see before you is not just a gifted aviator. He loves traveling, all things flying. He's a foodie. He drives a DeLorean. He also owns half of San Antonio's cat population. He's also single-handedly keeping the Hawaiian shirt and tube sock combo alive. So, just a man of style. It's like Miami Vice on steroids. So, I say forget the Dos Equis guy because he is the most interesting man in the world. I think we can all agree. But on a serious note, as somebody that you hired, and as somebody who you took a chance on when you didn't have to do that, and gave me my dream shot at a career in this business, and then you did the same for 4 of my now best friends in the squadron, I say from the bottom of my heart that we do not deserve you, and that the debt of gratitude that we owe you is not one that we can ever repay you for what you've done. And furthermore, those of us that have learned from you will spend the rest of our careers trying to pay forward the efforts that you have made to us and pass them down to those that we welcome into the squadron in the future, and ultimately those that succeed us. You truly are the best to ever do it, and this squadron is a lesser place with your departure. The words that you said to me at the conclusion of your Finney stick with me, and they are, I may be done flying here, but I'm not done being a mentor and friend to all of you. And I could personally say I continue to seek you out for mentorship and advice, and I speak for everyone here as well. Also, we have a channel next month, so I'm going to be hitting you up to see if you can fly. And in the spirit of you being an everlasting inspiration to us, it is only fitting that we ensure your legacy is enshrined in 68th folklore forever. That your representation of your unfiltered, tough, slightly weird, at times really salty and jaded, but unwavering crew dog spirit and leadership is displayed in this squadron forever and ever until the end of time. Now, point of order, I just want to say this isn't a gift for you, this is a gift for us, so thank you for your service. But you're going to stand here and enjoy it. And I know it sounds weird, so bear with me, but I'm going to concede the floor to the man who's really responsible for this. So, Gordo.
Seriously, I didn't have anything prepared.
He doesn't have a speech prepared.
Fellow Pelicans, I beseech your undivided attention. Tonight we gather to honor Lieutenant Colonel Jeremy Hooper. Jeremy, right? Okay. His years of service to our country, his dedication to the squadron, and the indelible mark he's left on every one of us. There are quite a few Pelicans here tonight with a bit of GK rattling around in their heads that they picked up with Hoop, whether they asked for it or not. Lieutenant Colonel Hooper has logged thousands of hours in the C5 galaxy, traversing the globe in defense of our nation. But did you know there was another Hooper? And no, I don't mean his dad. I'm talking about long before Hooper took the skies, there sailed Commander Hooper of the SS Galaxy. A storied wooden warship destined for greatness. Legend has it that Commander Hooper carved his vessel from the heartwood of an ancient, heroic oak tree. Lashed it together with ropes spun from the beards of defeated pirates. Under his command, the SX Galaxy roamed the open sea, striking fear into enemy fleets and leaving behind a wake of awe, splinters, and questionable leadership. Commander Hooper defeated many enemies at sea, not for treasure nor fame, but for the sheer exultation of glory. He took many a young seaman, giggity, under his wing, teaching them the sacred arts, navigation, seaworthy courage, and the proper maintenance of a wooden vessel that leaked only most of the time. His crew revered him, most out of admiration, others because he knew where to stay while anchored in the kingdom of Hawaii, waiting for parts. Yes, indeed, this Commander Hooper was of the same proud lineage as our own Lieutenant Colonel Hooper. And tonight, in honor of Lieutenant Colonel Hooper, pilot, mentor, leader, and keeper of excessive GK, we submit an artifact to Storage Room B on your behalf that shall endure for the ages. Ladies and gentlemen, Pelicans of all ages, ranks, and questionable decisions, I present to you the official portrait of Commander Hooper. One more to go, Hoop. There he comes.
Come here, big guy. All right, everyone.
This is what I asked you to hold on to for about minutes.
Yeah, we got voluntold to do something for him after his Finney flight, but before we do, I think everyone here knows very deep in their heart that there are few people that you meet that are seriously as selfless as this man. So, I don't think anybody here would raise their hand, anybody serving, but to the families and everyone here. This man has helped everyone more than once, whether they knew it or not, in every way, shape, or form for the last 22 years. And I mean that. I mean, he has never asked for anything other than to always be welcome. So, Hooper, as you go on to your next journey. Hey, there he is. Yeah, very nice. Seriously, man, as you go on to your next journey in life here, thank you for everything. Don't forget, you're always family here. We want to get you this. Mini flex. Before you keep it, I'm going to read this to everyone. I have never, I take it back. I've seen a few Finney flights and nobody has ever done something this special for anybody. So this tells you how much people love this guy. Lieutenant Colonel Hooper, today you close out 22 years of distinguished service with 68th Airlift Squadron. Throughout your career, you have exemplified professionalism, dedication, and excellence in every mission flown. Your leadership and mentorship have made a lasting impact on all who have served with you. As you complete your final sortie, we extend our deepest respect and gratitude for your outstanding service. On behalf of Kelly Tower, the 68th Airlift Squadron, and most importantly the LPA, it has been an honor watching over you in the Texas sky. Congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel Hooper. Blue skies and tailwinds, sir. The LPA had the tower read this to him on his final flight before giving him the flag. Congratulations, sir.
gonna turn mine up.
English, please, too.
But we all got hired together. Keith just recently retired, and we kind of grew up with some of the old hats that are still here today, or showed up, and I guess they're still here today. But mine, maybe not. But we had like 2 gifts, but one of them I don't know where it went. But I'll find it. But Hoop, been a pleasure flying with you. We all grew up together. Pete, me, you, Keith, and the rest of the people we got hired with. I don't know where they're at. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out how to tell this story in PG. But you know, Hooper, me and Hooper went off on a trip, and it was my over me. And y'all might think Hooper is a kindler and gentler soul, and you know, and a well-weathered airman, and you know, and nobody ever gets their feelings hurt. Well, I just happened to be on all of me with Jeremy Hooper was in the left seat, and I just happened to be in the right seat. Nobody knew if we were supposed to be there or not, because the books had changed, and nobody knew if we were supposed to be flying together at all. But but we did it anyway, and we flew into Salina, Kansas. And Hoop said, "You know what? We'll take the visual at 10,000 feet." Well, there's a cloud layer there, and there's a cloud layer here, and a cloud layer there. The sun's setting. Well, that cloud layer got lower and lower, but we had the visual the whole time somehow, right? And then so we go over Salina. There's a little bit of crosswind. Was it crosswind? 5 knots, 10 knots, 15? I don't know. There's probably a crosswind because that's what led to the overshoot first time. And then so we overshot the approach into Salina, Kansas, and we had an OA model, and Hooper copped the throttles, and I was a good OME aircraft commander. I said, I think we need to go around. And so we went around that OA model, and those engines are screaming over Salina, Kansas. And Hooper, we lost our IFR clearance, so we had to stay VFR. So we turned out to the right, went over Salina, Kansas, and came back around when those winds had changed because it's a cold front coming in. Now we're overshot to the other side of the runway. And so me being a good OME aircraft commander with my first pilot, Jeremy Hooper, we just copped the cold that sumbitch one more time. And let the little 40 Harley Davidson engines just purr. And then next thing you know, then it's like, well, who the fuck is gonna land this thing? And then I'm like, well, if somebody doesn't land this thing, then all of us are Q3. So I said, well, I'll fucking do it. So I said, my airplane. So then I decided, because it's on my side of the airplane, I said, well, we'll go to the other pattern. Well, that had to be over Salina, Kansas proper. So we poured the coal, those old 80-mile engines one more time, and went over Salina proper, and those old things are making a hell of a racket, according to the lady, right? She said
We're all gonna die.
we all thought the terrorists were coming again. In the newspaper, there's a newspaper article about this. If you don't believe me, there's a newspaper article written. But then, so we pull and call that thing one more time. We come back around there and land. And when we land and pull those TRs, then the sparks come out of the number 3 engine. But luckily, we came to a full stop. And luckily, we had the proper amount of libations on the airplane to get drunk so that he would forget about everything that we fucked up. And so I ended up with an incomplete. Jeremy ended up wandering around the hotel. I had to go take him to his room and tell everybody that I was Jeremy Hooper. I need to find this boy's room. But me and him lived in a squadron for a long time, and we took care of each other for a long time. So did Pete, so did Keith. And the biggest thing of that story is that I hope that as us leave this squadron, y'all gather something from me, Jeremy, Pete, and Keith, that it's always to take care of each other first. and then have fun second. So we got this gift of his Finney flight. Keith had this bring. And then
we had so many group chats between me, Keith, and Brad. What the hell are we gonna get Jeremy? You know, it's like when a rookie already has a comb, what the hell do you buy him? So we're struggling. We're thinking, what is the common theme here? Insurlick. You know, cats.
oh yeah.
Everywhere there, you know, Jeremy's chasing after the pussy. So we came up with the so bonus points if anyone can find a stray cat for us to throw in there tonight.
Yeah, we're going after this. We gotta go hunt a stray cat.
But no, Jeremy has been not only with all of us being hired together, but he's more than a friend, he's more than a brother, he's part of our family. And that's the way, you know, most of us in here, the reserve's completely different. You know, it's generational. And we got to remember that as, you know, everyone moves on. We got plenty of people in here that, you know, have retired before, and we're all a big family. We don't separate. We just continue on with, you know, our, you know, future lives, but we never leave this organization. We're all part of it. And Jeremy, you know, there is no goodbye. It's just, we'll see you later. Woo.
Everybody, Matt Menendez will now be playing us out.
I'm totally overwhelmed. I mean, thank you guys so much. LPA, especially you guys. Matheny, where you at? Sure. Woo! You know, I love your shirt, by the way. That is really cool. Edgar, Sonia, Carla, all y'all that really put this thing together. I mean, I did the easy part of it, you know. Thank y'all so much. I want to recognize my mother, stepdads, Jeannie, Doug. My cousin Whitney from Victoria. I'm really, I'm glad that I had some members of my family show up because I've got family spread all over the country. So and they come travel from a distance to be here. So and y'all are not going to be offended when I say that I love my 68th family like every bit as much as I love you guys. Like I know that sounds weird, but that's yeah. There's, I mean, the way if you happen to think I'm a good guy or whatever. I mean, it's two reasons that made me who I am. My parents and really my mother made me who I am. So if you like that, say thanks to her. And the other is, of course, the 68th Airlift Squadron. So, you guys are my family, and you always will be. I told you guys that just because I'm not collecting a paycheck from the government anymore doesn't mean that I care about you guys just as much. So, it's the circle of life, right? Like, the old guys get old, they move on so that the young guys can move up the totem pole, take on leadership roles, and keep this machine going. But there's nothing I can really do or say that's going to repay what this squadron has done to me over, 22 years that I've been in the squadron, but really ever since I was a little kid walking around here. Peter, where are you at? Stimpage. You bring Alexander and William in their flight suits, and like that was me when I was 8, 9, 10 years old coming in here.
I was here. I saw you. You were pain in the ass, sir.
Feel free to retire. Part of my life. And thank you for my mentors, like Lucky Lopez. Ron Levy, where you at? Ron Levy did my dollar eye, my own. I was telling everybody that, you know, if you got anything out of my GK sessions, they were really long. We can thank Ron Levy because Ron, you're the one who That's the treatment I got, so there we go.
Well, Ron taught us all how to play poker too. He taught us how to trick for money.
Oh, was it? Rich Bunch, you did my dollar right. Also, thank you for being here. Wow.
I was the engineer at the Salina.
I'm raised. Okay, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you know.
I got more anxiety out of the VA for that.
Yeah. That's not my proudest moment, you know. We live and learn, and but I just got to say that there's never been a privilege that I've ever had that's been any greater than serving with y'all, and I absolutely mean that. And I go to Delta Airlines, do whatever, make some money or whatever, but this is where I felt like I made a difference. And I made a difference because the mentors I had, I hope I was able to pass it down to some of you guys. And my request to you is pay it forward, pass it to the people that come behind you. So, y'all are the best airlifters in the world. I can't believe that you guys are able, y'all kept me alive, right? Like, I just sit up front and I actuate the yoke and I, you know, fly the airplane, but everything that matters on that airplane is going on behind me. And when I reach out to my engineer, my loadmaster, and say, I gotta be able to trust you guys that y'all are doing this job the way we're supposed to do it. You guys gotta, loadmasters, y'all gotta chain the cargo down correctly so it stays secure and doesn't, you know, end up like, you know, the national airlines that crashed in Concord. That's loadmaster appreciation for me. Like, thank you guys so much. Y'all kept me alive all these years. I owe my life to y'all.
It's a technical job.
Get it done. What the fuck do y'all want to eat?
Y'all somehow take these hunks of metal that we have out here and y'all keep it together and y'all keep this mission moving so that we can take the cargo downrange to the customer that needs it so that we can kick our enemies' ass. That's what we're here for. So, profession of arms. And gosh, it's been the honor of my life to serve with you guys. And thank you so much. And that's all I got. Enjoy the rest of the night.
dog.
My second mom and dad right here.
How y'all doing? Great.
That was so cool.
Congratulations, man. No worries. My pleasure.
Where's Percy? Percy! Percy, go with your dad. Wait, they're just doing that.